The Yu-Gi-Oh Core Booster Set Duelist and Advance is only less than a couple weeks away from its TCG release. And before it gets released, Konami has just announced one last archetype for the core booster set, and it is obviously a TCG exclusive known as the Rebel Bots archetype, aka the RB archetype. Now this is a really cool archetype because this archetype is a link based archetype that revolves around the machine type, around machines with three attributes: wind, earth, and fire. There are exactly two link monsters, three main deck monsters, and two spells. One of those spells is obviously the field spell. So, without any further ado, let's talk about this archetype. So, kicking things off is actually one of those link monsters known as RB the Brute Blues. And this is the wind attribute link monster, which is a link 3 machine with 1500 attack, and its arrows are bottom left, bottom, and bottom right, and requires 2 or more machine monsters. And the effects read as followed: gains the following effects while this card points to an RB monster. Gains attack equal to the total original attack of RB monsters it points to. Can make a second attack each battle phase. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Second effect reads: during your main phase, you can add one RB card from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this is actually really cool because its first effect can basically be treated as a cyber twin dragon, where you're able to make a second attack. It can gain extra attack, which could go up to potentially up to 4,000, which is insane. And it also has battle and card protection as well, which is actually pretty fucking broken. And also, it's a Rhoda. It literally is a Rhoda for the entire deck, which is just absolutely insane, especially on a Link 3 body. That's pretty sick. That is actually kind of sick. Next up, we've got RB God 10 Driller. Which is a 3-star Earth machine with 500 attack and defense, and the effects read as follow: if you control no face-up monsters, or only face-up monster, or the only face-up monster you control are RB monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way. During the main phase, if this card is linked to an RB link monster as a quick effect, you can pay 500 life points, target one monster your opponent controls, destroy both that monster and this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this is basically your mini trap hole, so to speak, with a cyber dragon, and it also again you're able to just pop pretty much any monster that your opponent may have, which is not bad. Plus, this card also makes for a really broken rank 3 summon, which is insane. Next up, we've got RB God 10 Cutter. which is a 4-star Earth machine with 700 attack and defense, and the effects read as follows. I believe the first effect is the exact same. If you control no face-up monsters, or the only face-up monster control are RB monsters, special summon this card from your hand, and it can only be special summoned once per turn this way. Second effect reads, when your opponent activates a spell... When your opponent's spell or trap card or effect is activated, and this card is linked to an RB monster, you can pay 700, destroy this card, and if you do, negate that effect and destroy that card. So Driller can pop monsters, and Cutter basically is a solemn judgment is a solemn judgment. The only difference is that you're not paying half your life points. You're only paying 700, which is actually pretty busted. So this is actually really good. Being really good. It's built-in negation on a 4-star body, which is pretty insane. Next up, we've got RB Valkan Rocket, which is a 5-star fire machine with 1,000 attack and defense, and the effects read as followed. If you control no face-up monsters, or the only face-up monsters you control are RB monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way. If this card is linked to an RB link monster, you can pay 1,000, target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them, also this card. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each card destroyed. You can only use this effect once per turn. This is basically your Twin Twister for the whole deck. It literally is pop 2. Your opponent takes what? Takes what? 1,000 damage? What? Plus another 5 with Valkan getting popped. That's actually pretty sick. So 1,500 damage to your opponent is pretty insane, especially if your opponent has exactly less than 1,500. That basically threatens lethal, which is insane. Next up, we've got RB Valkan Booster, which is a fire machine Link 2 with 500 attack, and its arrows are bottom and top, and requires 2 machine monsters, and the effects read as followed. If this card is linked summon, you can add 1 RB spell from your deck to your hand. If this card is in the extra monster zone, you can special summon 1 RB monster from your hand or grave in defense. Then you can move this card you control to another of your main monster zones. Also, you cannot special summon from the extract for the rest of the turn except for machines with 1,500 or less attack. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this card in a way, it reminds me in a way of the Mech Knight, of the Mech Knight cards and the World Legacy cards, where you're able to where you're basically able to manipulate the board by moving monsters from one side of your board to another zone, if you will, and it makes it so your opponent won't be able to do jack shit if they try to activate cards like Imperm, or cards like or cards like potentially Tikaboo or something like that, or like any form of negation. They won't be able to do anything. That's what this card reminds me of in a way. So it's actually really cool that it also has Spell and Trap Spell Rhoda, and it also acts as a Cyber Ref system for the entire deck, which is absolutely nuts. Next up, we've got RB Funk Doc. I actually have to say it slowly so I wouldn't mispronounce it. But there's the artwork, looking absolutely insane, insane artwork, you guys. Which is the field spell, and the effects read as followed. When this card is activated, add one RB card from your deck to your hand, except this card. Each time a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, gain 500 life points. If a face-up RB monster you control leaves the field by card effect except during the damage step, you can special summon one RB monster from your deck, and you can only use this effect once per turn, and you can only activate one copy of this card per turn. So not only is this your Stratos for the whole deck, but this also ensures that you gain life points every time your opponent's monsters gets destroyed by battle or card effect, and also you're able to pretty much just bring out another body. Excuse me, which is insane. So in a way, you're tagging out for you're tagging out one body for another one, which is just nuts. And now for the final card of the video, it is known as RB Stage Landing. Which is a normal spell, and the effects read as follows. Special summon one RB monster from your deck or extra deck with a different name than the card you control. If an RB monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish the card from your grave instead. You cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this card except for machines with 1500 or less attack. So again, this basically gives you a free summon. It literally is a free summon, and you're able to just combo up from there. Not too crazy, not too crazy of an archetype, but I will say that the deck does have some promise, but I'm not really sure what archetypes these cards could be used in. Perhaps maybe the Appliancer archetype. Maybe the Mech Lords could potentially use it. There's quite a few. There's quite a few different archetypes that could run it, but I will say that if you look at the different artworks, they kind of remind me in a way. If you look at their artwork specifically, like the design of them, in a way they kind of remind me of Valen's cards from the Waking the Dragons arc of the DM anime, where he used a shit ton of armor cards. So it's possible that we could potentially see Valen's cards finally get printed this year, maybe next year. Who the fuck knows? But this archetype, it does have some promise, but it still needs a lot of work. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and be sure to follow me on all my social media. All my @s will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.